ultimately you still lose the house. A transaction takes place, and who's the loser at the end? Really, the bank is. You're not. You put the money.
Because we paid like for 4 years and we didn't see our money.
Well, you're not.
It's kind of sad at the end.
Well, that's a different issue, and I'll just speak to that for a minute, which is the American dream. You're going to buy it, whether you're at the beginning of the American dream or like some of us, you're at the tail end of the American dream. You're getting a little on in the years. Okay? The American nightmare now. I'm 46 years old. You may not be able to tell it, but I've been through a few generations of family businesses and losses and ups and downs. We had a big family on my mother's side. My dad's side is a whole nother story. But I've seen it from 1965 when I was born until now. And I know what the promises were, okay? It was buy your house, your mortgage, your house will increase in value, you'll pay it off after your 20 or 30-year mortgage, your kids will come home from college someday, you'll get to die in one of the bedrooms, you'll see 5 or 6 dogs die when you're in the house, you'll bury them in the backyard, you'll put your handprints in the sidewalk, and that'll be your happy dream. Not happening. I mean, I could go through all sorts of personal stories of death, medical illnesses in family. Sometimes it works out, but ultimately at the end, for what I've seen in my experience, you have death or illness, everybody moves out of the house unless you have some 50-year-old who just can't get out, and you've got an 80-year-old parent who won't kick them out. I hope that's it. We're not talking about the Castellanos. And so, but still, that's what it's about. You offer shelter to your children if you have it, if you can give it to them. I mean, if you can pay the house off, that's a great thing. I remember an Archie Bunker episode, All in the Family, where they paid off the mortgage and tore it up, and that was a big thing. And I think of that episode now, and how silly that was, because really at the end of the day, even if you were to pay that mortgage off after 30 or 40 years, do you really own a house? You've got tax liens out there, or tax bills every year. Your name's on the title, but anytime somebody wants to build an airport or a highway or something, they could theoretically come take your property away. It's a nice dream to sell you, okay, that it's going to work out this way, and we can apply it to retirement funds. Give us all your money. You can invest it in retirement.
In mortgage-backed securities.
In mortgage-backed securities, no less. And you'll be twice as wealthy or 3 times as wealthy. Well, that's garbage too. I tell people, don't put your money in the banks or anything else. Keep the money for yourself. Do whatever it is you have to do to survive. So short sales is another aspect of foreclosure. You got out from under it. That's good, but you still got a little bit of taste of the American dream and how it can be taken away from you. And it's really an evil system. And if I can just very briefly talk a little bit about things that are outside the scope of this, it has to do with the financial system, the world we live in, where the banks control the money. And if we want money or we want to buy something that's beyond our means, there's only one place we get to go, to the devil, and they get to loan us the money, and we get to pay them interest on that money. And the funny part about it is the bank's created out of nothing to begin with.